Hey everybody, this is Crystal Hicks over at the University Advising and Career Center. We're going to talk about interviewing. A lot of people seem to have questions. We're going to go over everything you should be doing the night before your interview, the day of your interview, and the day after your interview. Okay, so the night before your interview, you want to do a few things. Number one, you want to plan your outfit and map out your route to the place that you're going to have the interview. If you live close enough to drive, go ahead and drive the route. You just want to make sure that there's no surprises in the morning causing you to be late. Number two, you want to make sure that you really read through that job description. Look and see if there's anything that stands out that you think they might ask you questions about. You also want to research the company they will ask you. So, what do you know about us? What's their mission statement? Are there any newspaper articles that they've been in lately? Just be prepared. The third thing that you want to do the night before your interview is write down the questions that you have for the company. These could be fluffy questions like, so what is your favorite part about working at company XYZ? Or they could be very structured questions like, what are some of the common challenges that new employees in this role might run into when starting out? So think about what's important to you, but definitely have a couple questions because at the end of that interview, they probably will ask, so do you have any questions for us? You want to make sure you have a few questions. Okay, so now you've done your prep work the night before and it's the day of your interview. The most important thing is to not be late. And if you're going to be early, you want to be about 5 to 10 minutes early. If you're there 15, 20, 30 minutes early, it can be kind of annoying because they're busy doing other things. So be early, but not too early. The other thing is a lot of students have had questions about whether it's appropriate or okay to bring a notebook or a portfolio with them. You can absolutely bring a notebook with you. This is something that can not only be something to hold your resumes in, but it's also something that you can write your questions down in so that you don't forget when you're actually in the interview. But yes, it is totally appropriate to bring a notebook with you. Thirdly, the day of your interview, you want to make sure that you are very nice to the receptionist and anybody that you meet in the building. It's really important to remember that they typically tend to report back after you have had your interview. So be nice, smile, be approachable, be polite, and first impressions count even with the front desk person. Okay, so now you are at the place where you're having your interview, you're ready to go. The important things to remember about your actual interview are, don't forget to smile. You want to look approachable and not completely frozen with nerves, but also give a firm handshake, make good eye contact, sit down, get comfortable, take out your notebook with your questions, and just remember that if you weren't a good fit, they wouldn't have asked you in for an interview. So you should feel pretty good at this point. A lot of students get very nervous, and it's important to not let your nerves sabotage the interview. If you feel like you freeze up when you get nervous, just really try to remember to smile. Don't give one-word answers. Try to elaborate and give some detail. And just always bring your answers to their questions back to why you are a good candidate for that position. It's important to remember that these recruiters are looking at you to see if you're going to be a good fit with the company, if you're going to match the corporate culture, if you're going to get along with the other people on your team. A lot of students feel like they're going to be tested or quizzed, and it's not always that kind of feeling. So really try to think about, why you are a good fit for this position, but also why you want to work for that company. The goal of the recruiter is to ensure that you're going to fit in. Okay, so now that your interview is over, you're not in the clear yet. You want to make sure that you send a thank you note sometime within the first 48 hours after your interview. For examples on how to write these, you can see our career guide, and also for more information on interviewing in general, or again, those sample interview questions, those are also listed in the career guide.